Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Unhinged Fangirl with me, Destiny. Yes, my voice does sound weird and maybe a little raspier than usual. I am sick. So, yay, Lala got me good. But yes, I did get sick from Lollapalooza. I went this past weekend, which I will be talking about all in this episode. But before we get into that, please like and subscribe the YouTube channel, Unhinged Fangirl Podcast. Also follow us on Instagram and TikTok. Y'all know the drill. I honestly think this is going to be a little bit of a shorter episode, and I know I say that a lot, but I genuinely mean that because I don't really have that much to talk about. And watch me go for an hour. But also, I don't want to use my voice as much. And I couldn't film this episode earlier in the week because I was coughing like crazy. So I'm going to be sipping my tea while I do this episode. And hopefully I won't strain my voice as much because I do have a wedding to go to. Y'all remember? Yeah, it's not over. The wedding that I'm going to in Florida, it is this weekend. I'm leaving in the morning. So I'm trying to mend whatever sickness this is before the wedding, even though the wedding is on Saturday. But that's not the point. The point is, what is the point? I don't know. I think my brain is also foggy as heck. Foggy as heck. I don't know where I am or what I'm doing. So there's that. Also, I did change my hair. Do you like it? All you people watching on YouTube, do you like the hair? I really like it. This is my first time adding color into my hair, which is so exciting. And I really like it. It's like giving it dimension. It's not the first time adding color to my hair. I lied. It's like it's the first time I'm adding color to my sew-in, if we're being real transparent and honest. I usually always just get a 4, which is like a dark brown. But now it's like some blonde in there. And I really, really like it. And I'm going to do this from now on because I think it works. It really works. But anyway, let's get into it, y'all. What made me unhinged this week? Oh, like I said, I did go to Lollapalooza. It was incredible. I actually did the math on the way back on the last day, I'm pretty sure. And this was my 7th Lollapalooza. That's crazy. I kept telling people oh yeah, this is my 5th or 6th. No, this is my 7th. I first went in 2018. That's crazy. I haven't gone all 4 days, all 7 years, but we've been putting in the work. We've been putting in that work, and it truly is something special, and I love it there. That's home. But, what was I about to say? Oh, what made me unhinged this week is that when I was at Cat's Eye's performance, which I will get to more in a second, but I just have to say this out loud. Now I'm going to put verbatim what I put. Watching Mana and Laura top each other on the Lala main stage. I'll get into that later, but that truly that's one of those moments where I wish that I could experience that for the first time again. I do wish I could experience that for the first time because I looked over at Shimada while it was happening and I was like, do you see what's on the screen right now? It was one of those moments where you just couldn't believe your eyes. And it really was something special. And it went crazy on Twitter. I knew it would. Immediately it went crazy on Twitter. But yes, before we get into Lala, one thing that I do have to address is that my air is finally fixed. Guys, remember when I said that I had a wall AC unit? Well, that's gone. They fixed my AC. And we are back in business, y'all. It's truly incredible. Incredible work has been done. Now, did that take so long? Yes. I had that portable AC unit since April. It's now August. So, yay. But yeah, as of right now, the apartment it's doing well. It's doing well. Now let's not jinx it. Anyway, let's get to Lala. Oh wait, there is one more thing I had to say. Sorry, I keep teasing y'all. But since I am cold, I went to CVS to go get like medicine, which is so weird as an adult because I'm like, I don't know what medicine works for me anymore. Like when I was a kid, I would always get not Robitussin, Dimetapp. I would always get Dimetapp. That didn't sound right. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. That was my medicine of choice. That was my go-to medicine. I'm like, if I want to get better, I'm going to take this. But now as an adult, I'm like, what the heck do I take? Because like, I really don't like taking medicine. It's not like I'm anti-medicine. It's just like, I hate doing it. So I'm like, okay, well, what can I kind of take to make me feel better? Like, I don't know the medicine of choice for me anymore. I'm like, do I do like Mucinex, or am I a Theraflu kind of girl? Am I a Tylenol kind of girl? Like, I don't know. Like, all of these medicines are exactly the same. So I'm like, what is going to work for my body though? So that was a difficult time that I had at CVS. I ended up going with the, what is this? The Tylenol cold and flu, but like the CVS version because it's cheaper, obviously. And like I said, everything's exactly the same. Also, I will start drinking my tea right now. But like, I tried to go to the self-checkout for it's literally just like pills. Severe cold and flu relief pills. Okay? I tried to go to the self-checkout. They said, ID required. ID required? Since when did I need ID to get cold medicine? And then that made me think, like, okay, so if I need an ID to get this, like, what are people doing with this medicine? Like, what are we using them as, like, what are we doing? I actually don't want to know what we're doing with them, but I'm like, since when do I need an ID to pick up medicine? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is crazy. But I think it's kind of like, for a while, honestly, it probably still is like this, but you had to be a certain age to like get, not Dayquil. It was like one of those cold medicines, but they were putting in like scissor. Like, I don't know. That was a crazy era. No, lean. They were making lean with that shit. That's what it was. Which, cough syrup, I think it was like soda, and like it was literally a drug. Like, how do people figure that out? You know, how are people figuring that out? Like, oh yeah, if I take Tylenol cold and flu, like I can make some drugs with this. I don't know, call me crazy, call me old fashioned, but like, leave it alone. Leave it alone. Okay, let's get into Lala. Enough of that. Who did I see? That's a great question. So I'm going to go day by day of everyone that I went to go see and just give you a quick little rundown, and then I have some more like actual stuff. Okay, so on Thursday was actually my lightest day, which is so interesting because I'm like, usually how my Lala goes, like I hit the ground running on Thursday, and then by the time Sunday rolls around, it's pretty chill. Like usually Sunday, there's not a lot of people that I want to see personally, and like sometimes even the headliners are like meh. But this year, my Sunday was absolutely packed to the brim. It was my longest and most like jam-packed day, which is crazy. But anyway, going on Thursday, the first set that I wanted to see was Role Model. and he was at 5:45. And so I had gotten to the festival at like 2 something. I waited in line for merch for a little bit. Speaking of merch, I got this shirt that you cannot see. And it's a role model shirt, but it says diva on it. She ain't no diva. Thank you, Shimada, for that joke. Every time I wear this shirt, I'm going to say that now. But it's yellow and it says diva on it because in Sally, wow, I'm blanking on the name of the song. Sally, y'all know the song. But when he's like, ankles to no, I'm malfunctioning. Guys, you know in the song he says diva. She can be a diva, cold like Minnesota, hotter than a fever. I got there eventually. Yeah, that's why I got it. I couldn't pass it up. So I got that. But yeah, Role Model was incredible. Everybody kept being like, the crowd for Role Model was awful, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe it's just like, and I kept seeing complaints about all of Lolla. I've really never had a bad Lolla experience. Like, knock on wood, truly. But like, every year I go, I've had a great time. Like, I've never had like a nightmare experience. Even in the crowds, I'm like, yeah, there are annoying people in the crowds, but it's never been like so bad that I have to complain about it. And like, if there is an annoying person next to me, like, I'll just move over. That's the glory of being in a pit. Like, you're not tied to that one spot. And like, I've never been the type of person to like run for barricade or like, you know, want to be barricade, because I'm not standing at the same state. Well, me lying, me catching myself in a lie. The only time I stayed at a stage for multiple hours to watch the performance was for TXT. What was that, 2 years ago now? Maybe, was it last year? It's when TXT headlined LOLLAPOLOOZA. TXT Palooza, if you will. I stayed at the main stage all day. But that's only because like there weren't really people that I wanted to see at other stages that day, and I wanted to have a good spot, because the thing about Bud Light stage is that it's kind of on a hill, and my goal, I knew I wasn't going to get barricade, because like if you want to get barricade, you have to like camp outside of Lolla for a little bit, and then you also have to like run in when the gates open. It's like, baby, I'm not doing all that. I'm actually not going to do all of that, but what I will do is I'll wait in one spot for about 7 hours. But my goal was, since Bud Light is kind of on a hill, I wanted to be able to like see the stage and see them on stage with my own 2 eyes and be able to look at the screen, you know, if I wanted to. So I needed to get kind of close for that. And so that was my goal, and I achieved it. So that's all I really wanted. But yeah, I did that a couple years ago. But my point is, I actually forgot where I was going with that. Oh yeah. Like, if I'm ever in a crowd where I don't like the people next to me, I'll just move, which I did do a couple times this weekend. But yeah, Role Model was great. I forgot who was playing on the stage before him, but they ended at like 4:45. I got into the crowd at like 4:30-ish. And then obviously once the people who were there to see that set moved out, I moved in. Okay. And so that is kind of like one of the best strategies that you can do in Lolla or in any music festival situation. Like, try to get there a little bit early for the person before the set. And then when, you know, you do a quick swapperoo, you gotta push a little bit. Okay. You gotta make some waves. But once you make those waves, you're golden. Okay. I had a great spot for Role Model. I had a great time. You know, I was in a place where the crowd was fine. Like, obviously there were people like trying to push up to the front, but at that point it's like, I don't care that much. So y'all can have it. I had my fun. And this was also a great moment for me, because the last time I had saw Role Model, at Lolla was in 2019. Okay, yeah, I have to bring that up again because there's video evidence proof that I was there. So I'm not new to this. I am true to this role model phase. You know what I'm saying? And so right after role model, funny enough, was Gracie. And role model let us out a little bit early so we could run over to Gracie because it was on the opposite end of the park. Yeah. But yeah, we got to go see Gracie. I loved it. A lot of people give Gracie hate, which like I see it all the time on my Twitter feed. And I see it in real life too. But like I'm really not understanding the Gracie hate because like I really like her songs. And like she was great live. She's a gorgeous, gorgeous woman. And I'm like, guys, I'm not seeing the hate. I'm sorry. I'm not seeing where it's coming from. So just had to put that out there. Like, I think she might be like a Nepo baby or something, or I don't know her story. I don't know anything about her. Okay, all I know is that I liked her last album. I like her one song, like, 21 or something, 20. Like, she has great songs, and I'm not going to take that away from her. That's all I'm saying. And then I wanted to go see Dom Dalla at Perry's, but at this time, Gracie ended at 8 and Tyler started at 9, and I needed some food. So I went to go get food at this point. But I saw Dom Dalla in the distance because he kind of did the thing where Skrillex did last year, where he kind of curated the Perry stage with like DJs that he liked. But I did see his like light show in the distance, and I heard him where we were sitting. It seemed like a really, really, really cool set. I didn't really go to any DJ sets this year, which I was kind of like sad about. Because even though house music isn't my favorite type of music, I do like it in a setting like that. Like if I'm going to listen to house music, it's going to be at a festival. And I would have really liked to go to Dom Dalla. And maybe I just should have like gone there instead of going to Tyler, but I really wanted to see Tyler because I've never seen him. And I like Don't Tap the Glass. It's like super upbeat and fun. So I don't know. I was contemplating a lot, but of the little bit that I did see of Dom, I really did like it, and he was vibing. So I was vibing. The hyena woman is back. The hyena woman is back. It's actually sick. Nobody should be that loud. But like I mentioned, I saw Tyler. He played a couple songs from Don't Tap the Glass, but I was hoping he would play Ring, 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 and he didn't. So I was a little disappointed by that. But he played, what's the name of that other song? Sugar on my tongue. Yeah, he played that one, and that was good. And he played a little bit of Chromacopia. Now, I'll admit I'm not the biggest Tyler fan, but that's just because like I don't know his music like that. But he was great. I had a great time watching him. He's truly like, he's a theater kid, and I know it. All right, moving on to Friday. Friday was fun. We started off with Del Water Gap. I started my day at 3:30, by the way. So I started with Del Water Gap. I had seen Del. Do people call him Del? I'm going to call him Del. I had seen Del for the first time at Nile because he opened for Niall Horan's concert. And I liked him. I obviously knew his one song, Ode to you know the one? Ode to a Conversation of something. There's something there. Okay, I knew that song, but he had been coming up more often in my Spotify playlists. And there's that one song, Better Than I Know Myself. I've really been liking that one. So I was excited to see him. He puts on a great show. He's a great performer. And his songs are really nice. And I really need to get more into him because I really do like him. After Del Water Gap, we had T-Pain. I was so excited to see T-Pain because obviously I had seen the TikToks, okay? I had seen the videos of him on stage. I had seen him twirling. I had seen him getting down. I had seen him singing Tennessee Whiskey. Like, I was excited for this set. And boy, oh boy, did it not disappoint. T-Pain, you kind of forget how crucial T-Pain was in in the early 2000s. Like, he is responsible for so many hits that you really just forget his impact if you're not like dialed in. If you have the opportunity to go see T-Pain ever in your life, please go do it, because you will have a ball. You will have a ball and you will have the best time. Like, hands down, top 3 sets that I saw this weekend. Like, truly, truly, truly one of a kind. It was incredible. And then after T-Pain, I had to run over to go see The Dare, because The Dare started at 5:15, but T-Pain didn't end until 5:30. So I went to see a little bit of The Dare because I wanted to hear Perfume, and I also obviously wanted to hear Girls. I like the girls that do drugs, girls with cigarettes in the back of the club. I needed to hear that live, and I did, and it was great. I really did like The Dare, and before he played Girls, he did like a little DJ moment. Bomb, banger, loving him. And I will send it to The Dare because I think he's with it. Anyway, after that, I got to go see Joe, which I was so excited for because I have been loving Joe recently. And his last album was really good. And there's a song, I forget what the album is called, but it's called Changes, I think. Like I said, I don't know the album title, but his song Changes is really good. And so I was so excited to see him. His music is so fun and like chill. And obviously I had to hear, what's the Chicago song? The Chicago one. You know what I'm saying? And when I'm back in Chicago, like, I had to do that for myself. And I know he was at Lolla 3 years ago, and I'm pretty sure he had that song the last time he was in Chicago, but he was playing at the same time as Goth Babe, and I saw Goth Babe instead. So I was really excited to have that redemption arc for myself. So after Joe, I saw Wallows in the distance. I was like sitting down for the main part of Wallows. I think my congestion's getting worse, so that's great. But yeah, I was sitting down for the majority of Wallows because after Wallows, it was going to be Olivia, and I knew I was going to be up for that one. But yeah, Wallows was fun. They have a lot of hits. And I forget every time. I'm like, oh, yeah. Da 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 da. And I really need to get into Wallows more because they are the type of music that I truly do enjoy. It's like alt rock, indie type of vibe. And I just need to listen to them more because I do like their songs. Like the ones that I have heard, they're great. But I just like haven't spent the time to actually go into their discography and like find the gems that I like. So maybe I'll do that eventually. But then after that, it was Olivia Rodrigo. Woo! And something that I noticed, which honestly I should have noticed before, but like Olivia's songs are so screamable. It's such a great festival vibe because like something that you want in a festival is just like, again, songs that you can just scream out. And even though she does have a lot of like sad, slower songs, she has lyrics that you literally just want to scream at the top of your lungs. Like Traitor. Yeah, I'm screaming that. Vampire. Yes. They're just so like, I'm in my car, windows down, and I'm yelling these lyrics at the top of my lungs. Like, that's the type of music that Olivia has. And so it was great to see her, like, in this festival setting. It was also great to hear songs from Guts because I didn't go to the Guts World Tour. I went to her first tour, which I don't know how I did that. I truly, to this day, don't know how I did that. Because I remember I was at work trying to get those tickets. And I was trying for like 20 to 30 minutes and then one of them popped up and I got it. So, And she was playing at a very, very small DC venue. Not super small, but like, even when she started touring, like, she should have been at arenas, you know? But she was doing small shows. But anyway, that's beside the point. The point is, I didn't get to go see Guts, so I was really excited to hear, like, Ballad of a Homeschool Girl, Get Her Back. She opened the show with Obsessed, which I was like, okay. And I was so excited to hear So American. Love that song. Her only love song. I love it. I love it. All right, moving on to Saturday. Saturday was another, well, I would say it was kind of chill, but I don't think it was actually. But I started the day off with Naomi Scott. I had to go see her because I knew she was gonna perform She's So Gone, which Naomi Scott is the girl from Lemonade Mouth, okay? But I knew she was gonna perform She's So Gone. Yes, it was a slower down. It was a slowed down version of the song. It wasn't very like rocky, but it was still nostalgic to say the least. So I was still excited. But yeah, saw that one. And then I went over to go see Marina. Now, if we're being honest, like, I don't know Marina like that. But afterwards, I was like, I really do like her music. And obviously I knew a couple songs, but I wasn't like, I wasn't familiar with her game. But she looked incredible. Her voice was incredible. And it was so fun to see her live. See, this is why I like Lolla or really this is about any music festival, but I related to Lolla because it's the only festival I've ever been to. But it's like, I can see these people that I would never like go see a solo ticket for. Hello? I get to go see these people that I would never buy a solo ticket for. And yet I have the opportunity to like see them perform like some of their biggest hits. That's so fun. But yeah, after Marina, I think I ate something in between here. But here's the thing. I wanted to go see Clairo. Obviously, I'd never seen Clairo before. I've never seen her live. But Clairo was at 6:30 and Doechii was at 6:55. Mind you, opposite ends. Fully opposite ends of the festival. Both on the main stages. Yeah. So I went to go see Clairo for like 10 minutes. Literally 10 minutes. I saw 2 songs, I think. Which I was gutted about. Okay, I was gutted. But I knew in my heart of hearts that if I didn't see the full aspect, if I didn't see the full performance of Doechii, like, I would have been upset. Because I knew Doechii was going to put on a show. Because after the Grammys performance, I was like, this woman knows how to perform. And she's going to give it. She's going to give it. So I just knew I needed to be there fully for Doechii. And so, yeah, I stayed at Clairo for like 10 minutes, super chill vibes. And then I ran over to Doechii. I walked up as soon as she started. I was like, didn't miss a thing. Come on, Power Walk. But yeah, Doechii is exactly who she thinks she is. I saw someone say that on TikTok and I was like, yeah, Doechii is exactly who she thinks she is because, I mean, talk about like a concept, like she is so talented. Everyone on her team is so creative and it truly, like, if you have an opportunity, she's going on tour. If you have an opportunity to go see her on tour, I would highly recommend. Another top 3 of the weekend, okay? Top 3, for sure, hands down. It was so good. It was so good. And I have to talk about this moment. I was going to talk about it later, but I have to talk about it now. So I'm having the best time at Dochi. I'm by myself because I couldn't find my friend Ian in the crowd because I had walked over. So I'm by myself. I'm vibing. She starts playing Alter Ego. I start freaking out. Alter Ego is like my favorite Dochi song. I'm like, this is incredible. I'm going to have the best time ever. She's playing Alter Ego. I'm jumping up and down. Na, 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 na. Like, I'm having the best time. And then she brings out JT. I'm like, oh, you're kidding. JT's on the track. I'm still rapping. I'm still like jumping up and down. I'm screaming. I'm recording. The woman in front of me, she turns around. She goes, who is that? And I said, it's JT. And she's like, oh. And I know she doesn't know who that is. I was like, okay. I wouldn't say she was older. She was like in her 30s. I'm like, okay. Alter Ego still playing. Alter Ego. Like, I'm still having the best time. I'm dancing. The girl next to me, she turns to me and she goes, who is that? It's JT. She goes, who? I go, JT, half of the City Girls. And she goes, oh. Okay, so why are you here? Quick question, why are you here? I'm just really not understanding. I'm not understanding. I'm all for people, finding new artists, going to people they never heard of before. Like, sure. But you see me having a good time. You see me rapping Dochi's part and JT's part, okay? You see it. You see it happening in real time. Why? I just don't understand. Like, yes, I just said, like, it's all good and great if you want to go see someone you've never heard of before. But also, why are you here? Because Alter Ego literally features JT. Like, that is the track. Alter Ego featuring JT. If you don't know who JT is, stop. Make it stop, because that really pissed me off. Literally, after 2 people asked me who that was, I moved. I said, I can't be over here. I'm not safe. I'm not safe over here, guys. Because why are you asking me who JT is? Don't piss me off. Anyway, Dochi was incredible. If you have a chance to go see her on tour, go see her, because she puts on a full show. It was absolutely incredible. And she didn't even have a full hour on the main stage. Like, oh, the things she could have done. It was incredible. Anyway, after that, I went over to go see Twice. And Twice was incredible. I hadn't seen them before live, and let me tell you, iconic. They did a drone show, incredible. Gio in person. That's how I felt with Gio. I couldn't do it. Oh, I forgot to mention that Olivia Rodrigo brought out Weezer. Yeah, okay, work. Anyway, going back to Twice, it was incredible. Speaking of the drone show, though, at this point, I had not seen K-pop Demon Hunters. People had been asking me nonstop, have you watched it? Because everybody obviously knows I love K-pop. I hadn't watched it because I have no reasons. I just hadn't sat down and watched a movie. But I did watch it like yesterday. But during the Twice drone show, but before that, they had performed Takedown, which I knew, because I had listened to the soundtrack of K-pop Demon Hunters, but I just hadn't watched it. So I was familiar with the songs, okay? And I knew that Twice had a song with in the movie. And so they performed Takedown, which I was like, yes. It's like Jio, Chaeyoung, and Jungyeon. I know I'm butchering their names. But they had performed that. But the whole drone show was kind of formed around K-pop Demon Hunters. And in the sky, the drones said, like, the honeymoon is sealed. And I was like, everybody around me was screaming. And I was like, the honeymoon is sealed. In my head, I was like, do they mean the honeymoon? Like, maybe they just didn't have enough drones to, like, spell out honeymoon, but do they mean the honeymoon is? Because I didn't know what the honeymoon was. Now I know what that is. But I was like, So, yeah, looking back, that drone show was very much, like, Netflix coded. Like, I think Netflix paid for that. Because it had the kind of symbol of the girl group, like, light stick in there. And it had the demon hunter. There was a lot going on. But it was gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, now to Sunday. Sunday, like I said, was my packed day. Okay, it was back-to-back things. I got there early and I saw Boy Next Door. So cute. I really do like them. I really want to get more into them because their music is good and, like, the members are so cutie. But yeah, they were great. And they had their little door and everything. It was great. Who's there? Boy Next Door. And then I ran over to Perry's for a quick second to go see Rebecca Black's DJ set. I really wish, truly, I really wish that I could have stayed there for the full time. Because I love Rebecca Black. And I had never seen her DJ before. I had only, like, watched her Boiler Room set on YouTube. So I really wanted to, like, see her DJ, but I can only stay for literally, like, 10 minutes. Because she was on at the same time as Cat's Eye, and I had to go see Cat's Eye. Like, that, I knew that was something that I had to do, so I had to get in there. But yeah, Cat's Eye was also really, really incredible. Like, the dance breaks were insane. And like I mentioned at the beginning of the episode, Mana and Laura, like, they had their moment on stage. If you haven't seen the clip on Twitter, trust and believe, you will find it. Because it wasn't even that part that really got me. I mean, it was MIA as a whole because first of all, Laura was going crazy. She was at the top of the stage, like, absolutely going buck wild. And I was like, I was freaking out. Because right before then, my friend Shimada was like, who's your bias? And I was like, I think it's Laura. Like, she really is that girl. And then she went on stage and completely, like, she didn't even wreck me because she is my favorite. So I was like, this is insane. But yeah, she was going crazy. And then she had the moment with Mana. And I was like, girl, this is crazy. But yeah, Cat's Eye really, really did their big one with that one. So after Cat's Eye, I went to Wave to Earth for a little bit. They were really great. And I walked in as they were playing Bad. And Bad is my favorite song from them. So I was really happy to hear, like, the tail end of it. But yeah, they were super chill. And then after that, I went to go see Remy Wolf. I love Remy. I've seen her before in concert. And she's just a great time. And her voice is insane. Like, if you hear her, upon first listen, you might be like, she's just yelling. But no. It's more technical than that. It really is more technical than that. She has a voice of, I don't even know what. It's insane. And then after that, I went to go see the Marias for a little bit. I got something to eat. And then I went to go see the Marias, who were incredible. Like, truly, like, remarkable voices live. Just like the recorded tracks. Insane. And then after that, I got to go see Rebecca Black. Now, I had already seen Rebecca on her tour that she did earlier this year. but I couldn't miss another opportunity to go see her again. Come on. So I actually got a really good spot to go see her. It was me and my friend Ian who got to go see her, and it was so great. It was she's a great performer, and like her songs are so energetic and fun, and I love her. I really do love her. And then last but not least, to round out the Lollapalooza weekend, we got Sabrina. Woo! And this was another moment where they moved her set up, because originally she was supposed to start at 9. She started at 8:45. Rebecca ended at 8:45. Opposite ends of the park, of course. So I kind of rolled up right, because the first song that Sabrina started with was Busy Woman. So I was like kind of pissed off at that, because I love Busy Woman. And I would have loved to hear that live, like fully, and not be like running into the field watching that. But it was a great show. She brought out Earth, Wind, and Fire. Okay. She literally said, I just want to like dance with you guys. Like, let's groove. And then, like, and that starts playing. I said, Earth, Wind, and Fire. And she goes, everybody, Earth, Wind, and Fire. And I'm like, you must be joking. You must be joking. I literally had to text Crystal immediately, because not only does she absolutely love and adore Sabrina, she loves and adores Earth, Wind, and Fire. Okay, September is literally our song. That was insane. That was absolutely insane to be there for. And I kept thinking, like, the little girls in the crowd do not know what this song is. They don't know who these people are. And now they do. Thank God. And then Sabrina decides to arrest my exact bias line for Juno. Gio, Sana, Momo. So basically, Sabrina catered that show to me. And I really appreciate that. That was really sweet of her to do that, because she didn't have to. She didn't have to. But she did for me. And that's really sweet. So that is everyone that I saw. Remember how I said this is a shorter podcast? Yeah. I always lie to myself. I lie to myself so I can keep going. Okay. But that is everyone that I saw for Lolla Weekend. Yay! Lolla Weekend 2025. I do have a couple other notes about Lolla, because it wouldn't be me without any. So I was actually thinking about this while I was at Lolla this year, but I think of all of my 7 years that I've been to Lolla, I've used the bathrooms there maybe twice. Now, I don't know what that says about me and my body and like the hydration that I'm getting, but I'm one of those girls, I carry the hydration pack on my back, because one, I don't want to like be actually carrying water in my hands or like on my hip. So I carry the hydration pack. I fill her up in the beginning of the day. And I don't know, some years I'm like fully, like I have to refill the water hydration pack. But this year I didn't really have to. Like every day, obviously I refilled it, but I didn't have to refill it like during the day. But I don't know, some years I feel like it's like more, I just sweat more, so I'm just like losing a lot of water. But I literally like don't use the porta potties when I'm at Lolla. And I don't know if it's like a mental thing, or if it's just like I genuinely don't have to go, or I'm just not taking enough water. Like, I don't know what it is, but that's just something I don't do. Like, even this year, I didn't go to the bathroom at all. Not once of all 4 days. Now, did I think about going? Yeah. But I was like, no, I can hold it. And then by the time I know it, it's the end of the day. And I'm on the way home. So, again, I don't know what that says about me and my body, but like, take that information how you will. Okay. I also said, you know the headliners are about to come out when you see all the couples screaming at each other. Like, literally, you know the sun is setting when there are couples sitting on the sidewalk yelling at each other while they're drunk and crying. It's been a long day, okay? It's been a long day, and y'all need to separate. Maybe indefinitely. Anyway, something that I've been noticing at Lolla, why are we going to music festivals with open-toed shoes? Just a quick, why are we doing that? Why? I don't think we should be doing that. This is an open forum, but not for your feet. Okay, those feet need to be closed in because someone's going to step on you. Someone's going to trample you. And you need to protect those. You need to protect that. So no, I don't want to see anybody rolling up into a music festival in a Birkenstock. A flip-flop? No. Don't talk to me. Another thing, why are we wearing all white at a festival? Specifically, why are we wearing white pants at a festival? Okay. Totally. Okay, my congestion is getting worse. So we need to wrap this up quickly. Okay. This is very Lolla specific, but every year they had a Red Bull booth by the Perry stage where it wasn't alcoholic, but you could get like a Red Bull mixed drink, right? It was like refreshing, nice, cold, and like I said, gives you energy because it's Red Bull. They got rid of the Red Bull booth this year. The Red Bull booth is gone. And what did they replace it with, you might ask? Beatbox. Beatbox, of course. Why would you get rid of the Red Bull booth? I needed that. That was the only thing that was keeping me together last year. Like, I don't know, man. That was a crazy move. I don't know what was happening this year. I mean, I think they were trying to up, people watching Lolla on Hulu this year, but the shots that they were showing on the screen were cinematic. During the entire Gracie Abrams set, I was like, wow, this is beautiful. Like, these shots are beautiful. Now, I know that there were a lot of issues for the streaming this year. There were a lot of issues with the camera work. I understand that. And I don't deny that. I saw it. Okay? But what I was seeing at the festival, beautiful shots. Like, Gracie specifically, Doechii had beautiful shots. There was another person who had like beautiful shots, and some people were like working to the camera. Twice had great shots. They were like singing to the camera, singing to the crowd, getting like the drone shots. It was gorgeous. Also, I saw neobongs everywhere, which I was so excited for. I saw 2 neobongs like IRL up close, and there was a girl passing by me with one, and I was like, neobong. And she was like on the phone. She was like, and I was like, yeah, I see you, girl. Who else? The amount of Labubus that I saw on bags. Now, granted, some of them were Lafufus, but some of them were like legit Labubus. I was like, why is that on your bag? Why is that on your hydration pack? Like, that thing is going to get snatched. That baby is going to get snatched. Not for me, but okay, that's fine. Okay, that was all I had to say about Lolla. I had a great time. That was all I had to say. I've been talking for almost an hour. But yeah, I love Lolla. We'll be back again for the 8th year. That's my home. That's my favorite time of year. That is my favorite place to be. My love letter to Lala. Anyway, I saw this on the plane ride back, and I just had to write it down. But I said it's actually crazy how men have the gall to mess with their stuff in public and not care. Like the guy in front of me before, he was like deboarding the plane. He literally just like fixed himself and like scratched. No embarrassment, no shame. Just like fully. Okay. Totally. Yeah, hey. Who am I to stop you, you know? I just don't get that. I just don't get that personally. Anyway, I do have a couple points to touch on about the summer I turned pretty. Sorry, anyway. I do have a couple thoughts about it, okay? Remember last week, I'm not fully going back on what I said, okay? But I'm just saying, like, they really are not making it easy to, like, show any. Here's the thing. Jenny, she hates Jeremiah. And it's really hard to see, like, any characteristics that are good at this point. To put it frankly, there are no good characteristics about Jeremiah at this point. Like, there's nothing that I can say there, like, there's no. I can't root for him right now. I can't root for him. And no, that doesn't mean that I have switched over to Team Conrad, because fuck that. I don't know. Here's the thing. I understand that all of these characters are flawed in their own ways. Some of y'all think that some of them you may think that are more flawed than others. Okay? But I don't want Belly with either of these boys. I don't. And I don't think that, I don't know, it's just, I don't have sympathy for Conrad, which is why I can't be Team Conrad. I don't have any sympathy for him in the sense of, like, the only reason that him and Belly are not together is because of him. And like I said in the last episode, I understand he was going through a lot. You know, people were understanding that Susanna was bad. They weren't getting it. Okay? She wasn't being honest with, like, how she was really doing. She didn't want to show that weakness. But she always showed it to Conrad. And I get that. He was going through a lot. But at the same time, we cannot, like, we have to accept the fact that Conrad loves to self-sabotage. That is the thing that he loves to do the most. That's all he does, is self-sabotage. That is the reason why he is not with Belly. That is the reason why in the night in the motel where he was like, I still want you. And then in the morning, he took it back immediately. As Belly, what am I supposed to do with that? I'm supposed to believe you at your word and trust you. And him thinking that, I understand that Susanna was like, I need you to take care of Jeremiah. Of course. Of course I will take care of my little brother. Okay? But him thinking that him taking care of Jeremiah is, like, in Conrad's mind, that equates to him, taking care of Jeremiah equates to him being quote unquote miserable and not being with Belly. Who said that? Who ever told you that? It just, I don't want any of these people together because they are all so flawed. And like I said, I can't feel sympathy for Conrad because like this is the only reason he is not with Belly is because of him. Like I said, if you want her so bad, go get her. And episode 5 was great. You want to know why? Because Jenny wrote and directed it. And this is why we need women in the writing room. This is why we need more women in the writing room, because episode 5 was, wait for it, crazy. Episode 5 was insane. I'm sorry. First of all, I've never seen peaches that juicy in my life. Maybe I'm just not like surrounded by the right peaches, but those peaches were the juiciest things I've ever seen in my life. And then Jenny, come to the front. And then Conrad's going to take his white shirt, untuck it, wipe her mouth with your shirt? Shut up. Shut up. Don't. That was sick and diabolical, Jenny, and you know it. You know it. I don't want to talk about it. Get more women in the writing rooms. Get more women in the writing rooms. Bring more women to the front. More women directors. Because you know immediately when something is done by a woman because it's done right. Most of the time. But it's done right. One last thing I need to say about the summer I turned pretty right now. When Steven was talking to Taylor about Taylor's mom's debt, and he's like, yeah, I looked into it more and it's bad. It's worse than you think. And like, you know, she's about $10,000 in debt, but, you know, I can help you with half of it. I can help you with half of it. Oh. When Steven said that he could help Taylor with half of the debt that her mother made, just tell me you love me. Just get down on one knee right now and tell me you love me, because you're willing to put up $5,000 of your own money, which we're not even going to get. $5,000. You're willing to put up $5,000 of your money to help my mom with her debt? Baby, just take my hand. Just take my hand. Just take my hand and we'll go down to Vegas right now. Like, are you serious? That's how you know. That's how you know this is written by a woman, because that's not happening. That's not happening. That's not happening. That's not happening with a person that I'm not even dating. Taylor and Steven are not even dating. And he said he would help her mother. $5,000. And with that, I have to be done. I have to be done. I can't do it anymore. So thank y'all so much for listening. I'll talk to you guys next week, because I will be back from the wedding and all that jazz. I want to talk about something fun next week, but I don't know what I want to talk about yet. So I guess you're just going to have to wait and see. But yeah, like, comment, and subscribe. Give the podcast 5-star ratings on Spotify if you'd like. And hopefully I won't be as congested next week, but love y'all. But hello. Love y'all deeply. And thank you for listening. And I'll talk to you guys next week. Bye.